KA Bullets YouTube channel.
Hurry up, now tell us why you're here.
Here is another family tree. This family tree is the Wheelhouse family tree. Its most famous member is Rusty Wheelhouse, but he was not the only racer in this family tree, as you can see here. There are several racers in this family tree. Now let's start with the oldest member, Russell Wheelhouse, who is also the first racer in the family tree. He was born on August 2nd, 1934, and during his racing career, he just raced on Midwestern dirt tracks during the 1960s and 1970s. He was pretty successful, but in 1980, he attempted to qualify for several Piston Cup races, but unfortunately, he was not successful. A few decades later, on October 30th, 2011, he unfortunately passed away. May Russell Wheelhouse rest in peace. Now, Russell Wheelhouse had 3 sons. His most famous and also eldest son is Rusty Wheelhouse, and here is his family. Now, on to Rusty Wheelhouse himself, who was born on August 14th, 1956, and is currently 67 years old. And he's also the oldest Piston Cup rookie since the 1950s, making his first start at the age of 32. For the 10 years prior to that, he raced in the lower divisions and on dirt tracks, like his father did. But, unlike his father, Rusty was actually successful in the Piston Cup, getting 22 wins and was considered one of the best racers during his time in the Piston Cup in the 1990s and early 2000s. He retired from Piston Cup competition following a crash in 2005, the 34th race of that season. He was already planning to retire in 2005, so just sat out the last 2 races. Then, after his retirement, Rusty Wheelhouse would found his own race team, which had his son, Steven Wheelhouse, who raced for the team from 2005 to 2013, mostly in the 2nd division. But he did attempt to qualify for the 2011 Florida 500, but was unsuccessful, just like over 100 other cars! Now, on to his uncle, Mike Wheelhouse, who was a Piston Cup racer from 1993 to 2015. He also had 2 children who also raced in the Piston Cup's lower divisions, Chrissy and Matt Wheelhouse. By the way, both of them were lower division racers, with Chrissy briefly racing in the 2nd division in the early 2010s, and Matt Wheelhouse just racing in the 4th and 5th divisions. Mostly in the 5th division, which for sponsorship reasons is called KARCA. And onto their father, Mike Wheelhouse, who, just like his brother Kenny, they actually have very similar Piston Cup careers. Both of them started their Piston Cup career in 1993, retired in 2015, made around 50 starts each, and after 2011, primarily raced in the 2nd division. Oh, and were backup racers a decent number of times. Oh, and neither have a Piston Cup win, unlike their oldest brother Rusty. Now, onto the youngest brother of the Wheelhouse family, Kenny Wheelhouse. Here is his family, but none of them turned out to be racers. Unfortunately so, unlike the Weathers, Earnhardt, and Shiftwright family trees that all have next-gen cars. The Wheelhouse family tree is like the K-Kart family tree where there are no next-gens! Although the Wheelhouse family tree doesn't seem to have any new racers coming through, it doesn't take away from the achievements of older family members. Although many of them primarily raced in the 2nd division, with the exception of Russell and Rusty, many Wheelhouse family members have found success in racing. Especially Rusty, who won 22 races in the Piston Cup.
Remember to press the notifications button, which goes ring, ring, ring after you press it. And lightning strikes back, and that's as if you subscribed, of course. And thank you for watching this entire video.
Due to this family tree being bigger than the K-Kart family tree, I expected this video to be a bit longer, but Steven, Chrissy, and Matt Wheelhouse didn't race too many times, so I don't have a lot of information to go off of. And also consider that Mike and Kenny Wheelhouse were backup racers, which is why you haven't seen them too many times in the Piston Cup videos on this channel. The 2012 LA 500 video will be coming out very soon. And another video I will be posting during the Advent calendar is a Piston Cup Racing Pyramid video explaining what division is above which division, because I've mentioned different Piston Cup divisions a decent amount in my recent family tree videos. Some other families we need to think about are the families affected by the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine. The Ukrainian people just want to live in peace and have freedom, and also many of whom have their male family members enlisted in the Ukrainian armed forces, needing to protect their homeland. The tenacity of the Ukrainian people and the bravery of the Ukrainian soldiers has stopped the tyrant and bully Vladimir Putin from winning on day one. But he still hasn't given up. Why did he have to try in the first place? Did he forget that Russia is the biggest country in the world? And also, did he forget how bad war is? It causes destruction and death. Many people being forced to lose their homes as a result of it being bombed. That's what's happening to many Ukrainian people. Millions had to leave the country because it was no longer safe to live in Ukraine due to the war. We here at the hashtag KABullets YouTube channel stand with Ukraine in their fight against Vladimir Putin's tyranny. Slava Ukraini! Heroyam slava! Nechai Shvitsya Darovetsya! Ukraini Peremoha! Glory to Ukraine! Glory to the heroes! May Ukraine be granted victory very soon. And also, don't forget that we here at the hashtag KABullets YouTube channel recognize Ukraine's true borders as shown by this map.